Sam, somebody that we're going to see once again on Saturday in front of 50,000 fans at Ford Field here in Detroit. The man himself, Ricochet. How are you?
I'm doing great. Actually, today's been great.
It's been great.
Yeah.
All right, good. I mean,
it's a little early, but it's great for me.
So what's it like now? Because, you know, if a lot of the performers and the wrestlers that Sam and I have spoken to, we talk about the journey.
Yeah.
You've had a journey. You know, talk about that now where you're on TV every week. You're getting recognized. You're a star. You're doing interviews. You're doing TV appearances. What's it like to be, you know, a spectator at a WrestleMania to now being a part of WrestleMania, being a part of SummerSlam?
I mean, the journey is really what it's all about. That's what everyone always says. It's about the journey, not the, you know what I mean, not the finish. You know, that's what everyone always says. And really, they're right. It's about the journey. It's about getting to where you want to go and how you get there. And I mean, for me, the journey's, I mean, it's 20 years now. The journey's been going. It's only 5 of it now have been, I think going on 6 it's been here in the WWE, but even that's a journey in itself, going from NXT to the main roster, and then like the pandemic, and then everything. It's actually been crazy, but I've enjoyed the whole thing. I've not been one to be afraid to like work. I've not been one to be afraid to like start from literally the bottom and work to get to where I need to go. That's kind of been everywhere I've gone, whether it's overseas in Japan or on the indies or like whatever. I feel like Ricochet's kind of started at the bottom everywhere because of just, I don't know, it's my size or my stature or my look or whatever it is, but I've always had to start from the bottom and work my way up to get to be somebody. But usually like pretty quickly, like Ricochet started at the bottom, but pretty quickly like he's been the top guy of almost every company he's been to, you know what I mean? And that's in America or overseas, you know, wherever. So the journey for me is kind of the happy process. I like to prove people wrong. I like to go out there and show what I can do and have a little chip on my shoulder and, you know, just, I don't know, eat away at that chip until everyone, you know, is sufficed. But I think the journey has been awesome and it's still continuing. That's the thing. Like, I want to be here for a long, long time, so the journey's not even halfway over. So that's one of the best parts.
I love the chip on your shoulder, too, and your, like, ability to just be ready for any and all opportunity, right? Because I think the big accomplishment for, like, you and SummerSlam and what's going on right now, that I think it's an even bigger accomplishment that people are taking it for granted, is that you got thrown into a massive spot. Right? Yeah. You got Logan Paul, who, say what you want about him, Roman, Seth, Ricochet. Like, and it's not, and we're staying up here.
Yeah.
So that means that your responsibility is to go like, okay, we're going to give you an opportunity to show the world that that's the level that you're on. And for me watching and like observing the way the fans respond, there hasn't been one moment that anybody doubted that that's the level that you're on. Yeah. And I feel like that's such an accomplishment for somebody that, like you said, every bit of that status has been earned.
Thank you.
You know?
No,
is that something that you're cognizant of? Like that, absolutely. Okay, like this Logan Paul story is the one that right now I'm going to kind of show everybody that I'm capable of being here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's one of the first time, I mean, I've had the thing with AJ at, SummerSlam. Me and AJ had our thing.
Yep.
Obviously, me and Samoa Joe were the United States. That was like stomping grounds or something. Like I've had opportunities for sure.
The build to the Brock match.
I've had opportunities, absolutely. But I think, like you said, this is, you know, as far as press and eyes and everything goes, this probably is the biggest match I've had so far in the WWE. I mean, just again, the audience he brings, the audience that the WWE has, like all together. You know, the being on SummerSlam, I think this probably is the biggest match I've had so far. And like you said, I think it kind of just happened, not randomly, but it was just thrown into the spotlight out of nowhere, kind of going for the past like 3 years that I've been here to now. You know what I mean? Like it definitely like gives you a little, I don't want to say a chip on your shoulder again, but it definitely gives you a little, I don't know, something that you want to prove people wrong and you want to show them, because after doing it for so long at the same time, this is 20 years, I've been doing it for so long, you you want to continue to do it, and you want to continue to grow, and
yes,
you want to continue to evolve and can just continue. You don't want to get stuck. So like that's kind of where my frustrations come in, because I just always have goals I want to hit. It's never like one huge, like Ash Ketchum wanted to be Pokemon, the master trainer,
Yeah.
He had one goal and he said, mine's like little goals. Do it. Goal, do it. Goal, do it. Goal, do it. I've always kind of been goal oriented that way. And then so after so long of like not really having that goal, like now I have a goal. And like you said, it's to show the world kind of what a lot of the world's already known.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Show the rest of the world what Ricochet can do and why he belongs in the spotlight.
The one thing that I think it's the first time that we've been able to see it, and I don't even think we fully have seen it yet. Obviously, we know what a great wrestler you are, what a great athlete you are, what a great performer you are, dynamic. You do things in the ring that very few people, if any, can do.
Yeah, try.
The one thing, though, that I don't think we've seen until now is that other side of your personality and your character, the pissed off, angry side.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
This is probably the first time, at least in a WWE circumstance, where it's like, dude, you're an asshole, and and you just said something about Samantha, like this is probably the first opportunity where you've had that.
Right,
chance.
this isn't like an athletic, I'm going to have to beat your ass now.
Yeah, like this is where, and I almost feel like I want to see even more of that come Saturday at Summerslam, because, and Sam, you're right, like when I see Ricochet, obviously the ultimate baby face, always has a smile on his face, but now here's the opportunity to be like, yeah, this is wrong,
right.
And what you're saying is wrong. Do you feel that way?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Ricochet, as far as like my goal is to always entertain the audience and give them a reason to smile. I would like to give them a reason to have fun, a reason to smile, a reason to go home and be happy with what they did. And that's another reason why I'm kind of always smiling. I like to smile because if I'm smiling, then I know some kid out there is going to know that everything's okay, everything's going to be all right. You know what I mean? And but even, sometimes emotions get the best of you, and obviously he's like saying stuff, and like instantly, as soon as he like says Samantha, like my blood starts boiling, and it's hard to ignore those emotions, especially in a moment like that. But I think that's something that needs to be shown. I think those layers need to be peeled back a little bit. Those layers need to be shown for the fans more. They have to be. You know what I mean? Like you said, we know I can go out there and give you guys match of the night, probably every single night. But without being able to talk about why I'm doing it, talk about why I'm still wrestling, why am I out here smiling for you guys, why am I out here performing for you guys, why do I still walk through that curtain every single time with a smile on my face? So being able to explain why my actions, I think, is really helping them connect with Ricochet.
You know what?
Absolutely.
I never thought of that, because when I'm watching it, I'm thinking of it one way. But you just hit the nail on the head, and I was like, wow, it really made me open my eyes. Where it's like, hey, there could be somebody in that audience. Maybe it is a young kid that's going through a tough time. Maybe that person's being bullied at school. And hey, you know what? You can persevere. You can do it with a smile on your face, and you could be the better person. I love that answer. Thank you.
No, and we did a Boys and Girls Club yesterday with Special Olympics, and we did a whole thing yesterday, and it was about like heroes and like what are traits it takes to be a hero, and the kids got to answer a little bit, and I got to tell them, I think for me it's to inspire someone, whether that's to inspire them to smile or to inspire them to do better in school or at work or strive harder in your football team or whatever that is, like to inspire them to do better. So if I can inspire, like again, one kid out there, if I can inspire one person out there when I walk through that curtain and I'm smiling or I'm doing a flip or anything, if I can inspire them to go on life and to do better, like that's the goal for that's the main goal for Ricochet. Obviously, I'm gonna be champion. I'm gonna win awards. I'm going to do all that stuff. But like my main goal is to inspire people to get out there and to just to be the best person that they can be, because I feel like that's what Ricochet. That's what his goal is in life, is to inspire, again, because he's not the biggest guy. He's not the strongest guy. And sometimes now with like, you have a lot of like Nathan Frazier and like Wesley, you have a lot of guys in NXT, so Ricochet might not even be the fastest guy anymore. But like, he's definitely going to go out there and he's going to try to inspire everybody they can to do the best job possible and to strive and just get through those hard times.
And I think that like the 20 years that you've put in is all added to it, and it's all, especially, that's why I think that this story resonates so much with like as a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
The idea that the undercurrent of this story is that that's what you're fighting for, professional wrestling.
Yeah.
That you're like, no, you can't just walk in and just do this and get every opportunity handed to you. Like, you are, Ricochet is now going like, no. Like, I've had
and honestly, it's not even that he's just walking in and getting the opportunities.
Right.
It's when you're going on your podcast and you're talking about me. You're going on your podcast and you're talking about this or that. It's like, bro, like, I don't care. I personally don't care. I have zero emotions towards him coming in and getting opportunities, because he's had to work hard at something to get to the status that WWE wants to bring him in. Like, you can't say that about Hugh Jackman or Stephen Amell when they come in. You're going to be like, oh, Hugh Jackman just coming in. No, because he's done something to get the status, right? So, like, that, I don't care about that. It's when you on your own time are talking about this business and this sport and me, like, I don't like that. Like,
respect the business.
Yeah, respect the business. You know what I mean? Like, you're here, like, I get you're training, you're doing all that stuff, which is great. That's what we want to see. But, like, you talking bad about it, Doc, like, that's not going to happen. You know what I mean? A lot of us have put years in to get to this. And it's grateful that you get to come in and do it. But, like, you're going to respect it for sure. Absolutely, Doc.
Right.
Well, Ricochet, I can't wait for the match. It's one of the big marquee matchups at SummerSlam. We're going to have a big crowd out there, and appreciate you taking the time. And I know it's a busy day for you, but thank you for taking the time today and talking to us.
This is great. Thank you guys so much. It's awesome.